City officials on Tuesday unanimously agreed to move forward on nearly $16 million in street and utility improvements in the Aggieville area. The projects include phases 1 and 2 of 12th Street and Laramie improvements, many of which will be under construction through 2026. Deputy City Manager Jason Hilgers.
Here we are, halfway through. I think we've got our ducks in a row. We're spending $50+ million in Aggieville, and this is a pretty key piece of it.
The city has launched the Access Aggieville campaign to help business and visitors navigate the upcoming construction. It includes a website and social media channels providing real-time updates on road closures, parking information, and project timelines. Strategy Director Ashley Furman says she's challenging the community to shift their mindset during construction.
When the urge to make disparaging comments creeps in, pause and ask yourself, how is criticizing and complaining serving me and the community I care about?
The city is planning at least a 30-day closure of the 12th and Morrow intersection beginning on May 19th. 3 people, including a Manhattan teenager, were injured Wednesday in a crash on US 77 in Geary County. The Kansas Highway Patrol says 16-year-old Salman Shinwari was northbound on the highway just after 2 o'clock near the intersection of West Lyons Creek Road when his vehicle crossed the center line and struck a southbound passenger car head-on, driven by 62-year-old Donna Mitchell of Harrington. Both drivers and a passenger in Mitchell's vehicle, identified as 66-year-old Linda K. Schreiner, also of Harrington, were transported to a Junction City hospital, each with serious injuries. Authorities say all 3 were properly restrained at the time of the crash. The Flint Hills Breadbasket has officially moved into its new location. After years on Yuma Street, the nonprofit now calls the former furniture warehouse building at 2326 Skyview Lane its home. Executive Director Carla Hagemeister.
Shut down things at 905 Yuma. This morning we've been moving everything and getting the last final touches set up here, and it's hard to believe that we will be open here in less than 24 hours.
An open house was held yesterday, and chamber officials cut the ribbon on the new site as the Breadbasket prepares to welcome those seeking food and other household items.
We're ready to kick things off and to welcome guests into the space, and it's just going to be pretty amazing. I think our guests their jaws are going to drop. It's just going to be so special.
A community campaign raised $3.1 million for the project. The new location will feature less crowded space and expanded hours. Manhattan High School is cracking down on the use of personal electronic devices during school hours. The high school will implement a zero-tolerance policy for devices next year, following input gathered from community, students, and teachers over the past several months. Principal Michael Dorst spoke to the school board last night and says the policy will be in place during instructional time.
We're going to protect a student's right to have the access to personal devices on their free time, on their time, before school, after school, passing period, and lunch.
During class time, students will be required to put those phones into carriers.
We are going to stand very firm that during instructional time, we are going to keep our instructional time and honor the need to have a distraction-free instructional time at Manhattan High School. And it's not just for the first 40 minutes or until the teacher's done instructing, but during the entire time.
Dorst told the school board Wednesday that the problem with technology is the worst it has ever been and will continue to worsen if the schools don't do anything but give unlimited warnings. Dorst said the school district is held to a higher standard now that officials at USD 383 know better from all the research done by Blue Ribbon Task Force and from reading The Anxious Generation, a book about the effects of technology on children.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. 3 couples, 4 vacations, a lot to unpack. Watch The 4 Seasons, a new series starring comedy favorites Tina Fey, Steve Carell, Will Forte, Coleman Domingo, and more in a hilarious and heartfelt love letter to long-term relationships. Based on the original Alan Alda film. Watch The 4 Seasons, streaming now only on Netflix.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Not everyone is careful with your personal information, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the U.S. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. If your identity is stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year by visiting LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
City officials on Tuesday unanimously agreed to move forward on nearly $16 million in street and utility improvements in the Aggieville area. The projects include phases 1 and 2 of 12th Street and Laramie improvements, many of which will be under construction through 2026. Deputy City Manager Jason Hilgers.
Here we are, halfway through. I think we've got our ducks in a row. We're spending 50 plus million in Aggieville, and this is a pretty key piece of it.
The city has launched the Access Aggieville campaign to help business and visitors navigate the upcoming construction. It includes a website and social media channels providing real-time updates on road closures, parking information, and project timelines. Strategy Director Ashley Furman says she's challenging the community to shift their mindset during construction.
When the urge to make disparaging comments creeps in, pause and ask yourself, how is criticizing and complaining serving me and the community I care about?
The city is planning at least a 30-day closure of the 12th and Morrow intersection beginning on May 19th.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. Until about 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, K-State women's golf had never played themselves into an NCAA championship tournament. That changed yesterday as the Wildcats stamped their spot in California in 2 weeks by shooting a tournament best 10 under in the third and final round. That finished them tied for second with Georgia Southern. Carla Bernat had a fantastic finish to the tournament. The Spaniard shot 6 under in round 3 and finished outright at 12 under to win the tournament, jumping Lottie Woad and Maribel Ting of Florida State, the top 2 ranked golfers nationally.
I was really focused on just making as many birdies as I could because I knew that was going to help my team a lot and give them some calmness. And it was a really nice day today.
Nanami Nakashima propelled the Cats to second place with a great finish on her behalf as well, shooting a 5 under in the third round to jump 16 spots and finish even for the tournament. That was good for 18th. Alenka Navarro finished even. The NCAA Women's Championship will be held May 16th through the 21st in Carlsbad, California. Ray Thomas, a member of the K-State football strength and conditioning staff the past 4 seasons, promoted yesterday to Director of Strength and Conditioning, according to head coach Chris Kleiman. That came after Trumaine Carroll left the program to take a similar job at USC. Bobby Witt Jr. hit a 2-run homer to give Michael Wacha all the support they needed as the Royals defeated the White Sox 2-1 on Wednesday night. Same 2 teams matching up at Kauffman Stadium at 1:10 this afternoon. Coverage on News Radio KMAN gets underway at 12:30. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.